So, den Schlüssel haben wir jetzt. Können wir die Tür hier aufschließen und den Raum betreten, wo der Hut von der Betty drin ist. Ja, da ist der Hut. Da ist Lissie. Und hier ist der Hut. So, aufheben.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not sure
Betty was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
Ja, das muss einen Grund geben, warum da hier drin war. Hier, da war schon mal ein Zettel.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann thought...
The mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
Oh, schauen.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissie, wait.
Lissie, du kannst auch nicht hören, ne? Da läuft sie. Bisschen warten. Na. Jetzt sind wir nicht mehr. Jetzt müssen wir hinterher natürlich. Ja, jetzt langsam wird es auch wieder ein bisschen spannend. Ja, ist logisch. Irgendwann wird es ja auch mal spannend. Da muss ich ja erstmal hinkommen hier und so und ein bisschen verstehen. Also die Ruth wurde angeblich umgebracht. Kann aber auch ein Unfall gewesen sein. Und... Ja, warte, ich muss meinen Zuschauern noch hier ein bisschen was erklären. Und der Simon, also, er soll sie umgebracht haben. Das... Ja...
What are you doing? This doesn't concern us.
Doch. Ich komm doch schon. Aber ich glaube weniger, dass es der Simon war. Da ist die Kirche. Gut, und jetzt gehen wir zu Lissie, bevor sie hier noch ausrastet. Hä? Hier ist doch das Dingelchen. Wo ist sie denn, die Olle?
Lissie, were you here?
What is it?
Da ist sie. Muss ich jetzt hier hoch? Wie ist sie da hochgekommen? Kann ich hier oben klettern?
Come on,
Ah.
it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this.
Sonst hätte ich einen Umweg genommen, ja.
Whoopsie-daisy.
Na super, hat ja geklappt. So.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl.
Ja, wirklich auch.
Together.
Ja. Also ich spiele ja nur Edward. Und wer weiß, warum die Betty, ich weiß nicht, verschwunden ist. Vielleicht hat sie ja auch nach der Wahrheit gesucht, was hier passiert ist. Die Schwester von Edward. Hier sind Blumen. Er bemerkt, dass die Blumen alle verwelkt sind.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Und ein Felsen. Da ist auch noch Blut dran, ne? Und dahinter ist, wie sagt man, so eine Friedhofskerze. Sieht aus wie eine Friedhofskerze.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Ja, erstmal viel Schaden. Er sieht, dass die Zweige wie von einer großen Krafteinwirkung von oben zerknickt und zerbrochen ist.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
Oh, war schon ein tiefer Fall, ja. Und dann hier noch bewegen, genau. Den Stein bewegen, den Felsen. Hier ist er ja, Kinder. Friedhofs. Da aus wie eine Friedhofskerze. Das ist ein Schuh oder was? Wie eine Puppe. Puppe ohne Kopf. Ah.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath?
Ja, also dieses
Do you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Also dieses Abzeichen wird uns noch einiges erzählen. Diese Brosche. Ja, du atmest nicht. Ich bin ja ganz langsam. Ich bleib ja zwischendurch mal stehen. Ruhig, mein Kleiner.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Boah.
Was pushed, you mean. Can you see where she fell?
Pelznase. Ja, beim Heruntersehen wird ihm schwindelig. Sein Herz ist nicht erpicht auf Höhen. Der Stein wäre wahrscheinlich das Ende, jedenfalls, denkt er.
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
Mal dieser Stress hier.
Lissie, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissie? Are you there?
Ich brauche auch extra langsam. Wegen dem Zeichnen. Ich weiß ja nicht, ob er... Ob er wieder Bock hat zu zeichnen. Hier wäre doch ideal, ja. Kann er ja nochmal rufen.
Lissie.
Ah, da ist er ja schon. Ob jetzt die F-Taste kommt. Hier ist sie ja. So, erzähl mal.
Teddy,
My word.
Oh,
Look away, Lissie.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily connected.
Oh, come on. This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
Und dann untersuchen wir mal die Stuhlhinrichtung.
Was he executed?
He could have kicked the chair away himself.
Aha. Und dann noch die Nachricht. Irgendwann wieder mit Gott. Gott tötet mich. Gott hat mich getötet. Mal kicken, ob ich Norwegisch kann.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself? Sorry.
Der Gehängte?
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Ein Verräter, ne? Wer war das? Frederick? Gibt ja einige Verräter. Vielleicht der auf der schwarzen Liste. Ach ja, noch der schwarze Liste.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran,
No.
and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, 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 always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Ja, ich guck ja. So, erzähl.
What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Sie hat schöne grüne Augen. Ja. Grüne Augen sind einfach die besten Augen auf der ganzen Insel. So, Leiche, immer noch.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs.
Weiß ich doch
Try
nicht.
loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Ach, dann nehmen wir doch mal den Stuhl, ne? Oh, einmal hoppa. Jetzt wollen wir ihn mal losbinden.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Mach es doch selber.
Edward, I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Oh, seht ihr den Schatten da hinten? Was sind denn da? Wolken, Rauchwolken? Was ist, brennt da was? Was ist es da hinten? Dreh dich mal um, da ist was. Da den Felsen. Was ist denn das? Qualm? Wolken? Oder habe ich Halluzination groß genug? So, jetzt wurde ihn schwarz vor Augen, wo er ihn halt losgebunden hat.
Where are the Fretlins, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Oh, der glaubt, dass die einfachste Lösung oft die richtige ist. Die Dorfbewohner glaubten, dass seiner nur
Penny for your thoughts?
Angesichts einer Tragödie suchen die Leute oft nach einem Schuldigen, vermutet Edward.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlins could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Also ich glaube, die Fretlins werden nichts dagegen haben, wenn ich mich hier schlafen lege. Was kann man denn so lange machen, ja? Das habe ich doch, glaube ich, schon mal gelesen, ne?
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Wo ist Simon geboren? Daraus werde ich jetzt noch nicht schlau. Muss er ja. Also ich gehe jetzt mal aus der Tür, ja. Ja. die denn da raus? Soll ich jetzt nochmal schlafen? Ja, ich war jetzt. Bett. Nee, hier ist das Bett nicht. Hier halt mich ja. Hier habe ich mir schon alles angeguckt. Das hat. Das ist ja das Buch. Warum liegt das jetzt da?
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann or Anna, if they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Ja, da ist irgendwas passiert. Irgendwas Niedliches. Hat uns beide Fuchs, wa? Die Betty war seine Schwester. Hat das wieder? Naja. Das habe ich ja schon gelesen. Die war auch alle gut. Hier, schlafen. Hallo. Gut platzieren.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Das ist doch jetzt mal ein hübsches Püppchen. Hm? So, jetzt will ich schlafen. Gute. Gute Nacht, schlaf schön. Wasch dir noch die Hände. Jetzt leg ich mich mal aufs Sofa.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Gute Nacht.